with their love for what they've seen from boxing's only 8th Division World Champion. Manny has his sights set on recapturing the welterweight championship of the world against your Ugas here tonight at a jam-packed T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
This sports special is being presented to you by Jack Gold and brought to you by Alyzza FR. Isang laksan, tapos ang laban. And in part by Salem Bed and Converge.
Manny Pacquiao po, mandirigma. Pahid-pahid, bitin sa akin, kaya po magpahid ulit. Dito pa rin ako sa hiyang sa akin. Alyzza FR, tapos ang sakit ng katawan. Isang Alyzza, tapos ang laban. Hindi na yan. La 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 keep the beat. Keep the beats with Pacquiao.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as Premier Boxing Champions presents the feature bout of the evening, brought to you by TGB Promotions and NB Promotions, as sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. Back with the only top-rated sportsbook app that matters, along with the Air Force Reserve. Start your adventure by going to afreserve.com and Cop Shop. Like big hits, Gerard Butler stars in Cop Shop, rated R, only in theaters September 17th. What fans have made it down is sanctioned by the WBA President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza. Introducing to you our three judges scoring from ringside: Dave Moretti, Patricia Lewis-Jarman, and Steve Weisfeld. All right, fans, here we go with a bout you've all been waiting for. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Welterweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's time for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first on my right, he is fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with red trim, fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Santiago de Cuba in Cuba. He weighed in at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. His record stands at 26 wins, 4 losses, by way of knockout. Here is the 2008 Olympic bronze medalist tonight, making the first defense of his world title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the current, reigning and defending WBA welterweight champion of the world, introducing 54 Milagros, your lady. C2 wins, 7 losses and 2 draws, with 39 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the 4-time welterweight world champion and boxing's legendary and only 8th division champion of the world, introducing the one and the only Manny Pacquiao. And the referee in charge now to give instructions to Russell. From Serapio. Anything below this belt line is a foul. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to remind you, protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. God bless you both. Touch up.
Dennis Ugas looking to shock the world. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. Right for us ringside here at T-Mobile Arena. Immediately starting strong with the jab is Dennis Ugas, but coming in with the lefts immediately forward is explosive, quick, has dynamite in both hands. Freddie Roach made him a two-handed fighter to make his right hand destructive like his left. Dennis Ugas, fundamentally sound Cuban bronze medalist in 2008 for Cuba in Beijing. And he looks to be considerably the bigger man. We don't have an unofficial scale, but I would gather to say that Ugas probably looks like 160. Well, the Ugas camp did say that they want to focus in on attacking the body of Manny Pacquiao to try to take away some of his legs and his speed, because Pacquiao, there's a straight left, and Ugas got popped, but he wasn't in any danger. He was just off balance. Couple of straight lefts that crashed right into the face of Ugas. Manny Pacquiao obviously has the faster hands, and now he's unloading. Ugas pushes him off. There's the size difference. There's an overhand right that backed up Pacquiao. Ugas with the right hand that caught Pacquiao. But Pacquiao answers with the straight left right on the button. Ugas smiles at him. Just over the midway point of this, our first round. Already considerable action in the first several moments of this fight. There's a right to the body that backed up Pacquiao. Ugas is really focusing in on attacking the body of Pacquiao to try to take away some of the spring from the legs of Pacquiao. Pacquiao generates a lot of his power from his legs. You see those bulging calf muscles that have been so emblematic of him. Freddie Roach said that Manny Pacquiao in sparring looked tremendous. He knocked out two sparring partners over the past several weeks towards the end of training camp. We are under 40 seconds to go in the first round. There's a left to the body, and Pacquiao says, hey, come on, keep him up. What energy here at T-Mobile Arena for Pacquiao and Ugas. Stitch jab for Ugas. Ugas was successful against Abel Ramos by using a litany of jabs, and Ugas just pushes him down. And that ends the first round.
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alyzza FR, Isang Alyzza, Tapos ang Laban, and in part by Salem Bed and Converge.
Manny Pacquiao po, mandirigma. climax of the round is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink.
Pacquiao with the right hand, missed with the left, but bang, landed right on the button or on the nose of Ugas. Round two, this one is scheduled for Ugas with his jab. Everything with Ugas offensively starts off the jab. Pacquiao uses a variety of different angles and tries to connect upon you from areas that you wouldn't conceive of thinking about. Double jab right in the face of Manny Pacquiao. Now, there was a rumor that was floating around earlier today about there being a bicep injury to your Dennis Ugas. Well, I think that has been put to bed with what we've seen, at least through the first round, plus as we're now into the second, as Ugas looks terrific. He looks totally healthy, and he pops Manny Pacquiao with the jab. This is a high-level chess match between these two, as they both respect one another. The explosive dynamite in the hands of Manny Pacquiao, the steadfast, high-level boxing ability of your Dennis Ugas. There's a counter right hand for Ugas. Ugas does not seem to be, he's not overwhelmed by the moment. There's a right to the body, backing up Pacquiao. But back comes Manny. Ugas seems to be comfortable in there, and he is naturally the bigger man, and he's the younger man. 70 seconds left here in the second. Pacquiao looking for those openings, but Ugas' defense has been superb here in this second round. His forearms are so massive that when he covers up, it really does a good job of protecting the face and, for the most part, the first half of the upper body of your Dennis Ugas. So not much of a big target for Pacquiao to land upon because of how big your Dennis Ugas is. There's a right to the body, and that backed up Pacquiao. Back comes Manny. Ugas' game plan, all right, that's backing up Pacquiao. Oh boy. Ugas is backing up Pacquiao. And a right down the middle. Ugas looks fantastic here in the second. That body work is paying dividends. This man of solace, the Ugas camp, they said, well, Manny looks to be not as shredded as he's been in recent memory. We are going to test his conditioning and attack his body.
Watch yourself. Go for yourself.
That ends the second.
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alyzza FR, Isang Alyzza, tapos ang laban, and in part by Salem Bed and Converge.
More Gay Life.
Punch of the Round is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink.
And counter right hand that landed flush for Ugas.
Okay, he pushed his head down to the point of and I got, I'll take care of this.
With a little bit of a cut, it's not bleeding. It's a bruising underneath his right eye. We'll see if Pacquiao total punches landed thrown through the second round. Ugas 29 of 74 for a 39% connect percentage. Pacquiao 20 of 116 for a 17% connect percentage. And you would attribute that to the high-level defense and the ring IQ of your Dennis Ugas. Ugas has been awaiting a fight like this for his entire career, and now he has it. For Pacquiao, he's done this many times over again. Over 25 years as a professional prize fighter, but as you get up in age, you start to wonder, is that will Father Time ever catch up with Manny Pacquiao? There's a straight left for Pacquiao as a minute has elapsed here in the third. There's a right hand that caught the attention of Pacquiao. Ugas is showcasing and really sitting down in his punches, landing big shots. Even though they are knockout blows, and Ugas gets backed up momentarily by a quick combination from Pacquiao. Midway point of the third. Ugas seems to be extremely comfortable in there, but he knows that he has the deal. And now the chance of Manny echoing here in Las Vegas. If you notice, Ugas is doing little subtle things, moving his head, a good footwork. It's those little slight feints, and he just gets popped with the straight left from Pacquiao. Under a minute to go here in the third. Now Pacquiao unloads, but a lot of them are partially blocked from Ugas. Ugas with a counter right hand, but back comes Pacquiao. He drives him to the ropes with a right hand, and now Pacquiao letting his hands go. A left followed by a right to the chest by Ugas to Pacquiao. Pacquiao took a big deep breath. Those body punches might be having an effect. There's a right on the top of the head of Pacquiao. Might have affected his equilibrium for a brief second. There's a couple of lefts, and Pacquiao going to the body of Ugas. Back comes Pacquiao, but Ugas counters with the right. Pacquiao looking to swarm Ugas, but Ugas plants his feet and delivers a counter right hand, and we are 3 rounds in.
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alaksan FR, Isang Alaksan, Tapos ang Laban, and in part by Salem Bed, Converge.
King's Herbal Plus. Mga nagpapaalala, ang King's Herbal ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin paggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
punch of the round is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink.
That has been finding its mark and landing.
Sabi ka naman alam, no la puede trabajar tan suave.
Look at the level of focus in the eyes of Manny Pacquiao as we are on to the fourth round. This one is scheduled for 12. Power punches through 3. Pacquiao 27 of 89 for a 30% connect percentage. Ugas 17 of 27 for a 63% connect percentage. Ugas just landed a right to the body of Pacquiao. Pacquiao looking to unload and start to score. There's a left to the body by Pacquiao. But Ugas' jab looks extremely crisp. And there's a right, and that was below the belt. Now time being called.
You okay? When you're ready. You okay? Okay. Get him up. Don't make me take the point from you. Let's go.
Let's go. Russell Moran has warned your Dennis Ugas. He said, don't make me take a point away from you. So the body punching was effective for Pacquiao, or for Ugas, in the first 3 rounds, and you wonder if that is going to deter Ugas from throwing the body, as he has potential thoughts of a point being deducted, and you don't want any sort of point swing going the way of your opponent with so much on the line. Ugas steps in, they engage close distance counter right hand by Ugas, but Pacquiao was able to sneak in the left. Coming up on the midweight portion of the fourth round. There's a left for Pacquiao. Pacquiao using his jab, or tries to unload with his jab. There's a right hand as Pacquiao is off balance. Pacquiao seems to be a little bit flustered because he isn't able to generate prolonged offense against your Dennis Ugas. That guard, that peekaboo guard, is giving Pacquiao significant issues. There's a right on the top of the head. That backed up Pacquiao. Under a minute to go here in the fourth. Well, Manny Pacquiao has seen every style imaginable, but no doubt he is having significant issues with your Dennis Ugas, the champion who is 35 years of age. There's a right hand smashing right in the face of Pacquiao. There's a right hand by Ugas. Pacquiao shrugs it off. And now Ugas, he was sort of motioning with his left arm. Wonder what that was about, if he might have had something wrong with his left arm. And that is a slip. High-level drama here in Las Vegas. Your Dennis Ugas and Manny Pacquiao.
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alaksan FR, Isang Alaksan, Tapos ang Laban, and in part by Salem Bed and Converge.
more, which is no surprise, but Ugas has been the far more accurate of the two. Pacquiao doesn't seem to have the spring that he has had in the past, but he is still so dangerous. There's a straight left. But Pacquiao's work rate could be a significant something to watch, because if you're the judge, what do you favor? Do you favor the volume of punching of Pacquiao, or do you favor a clean, effective counter-punching of Dennis Ugas, along with the fundamentals of him using his jab more than that of Pacquiao? And no doubt, Manny Pacquiao will let his hands go. There's a right hand connecting for Ugas. Midway portion of the fifth. Tense moments here in Las Vegas. This crowd came out to, there's a right hand for Ugas. A very one-sided crowd, all in favor of Manny Pacquiao for the most part. And clash of heads, potentially. Thankfully, no blood. They touch gloves. Under a minute to go here in the fifth. Double jab for Pacquiao, partially blocked by Ugas. At this pace, this favors your Dennis Ugas because it is calculated and methodical. This is not the kind of fight that Manny Pacquiao, who likes to engage in firefights, this tempo and pace favors Ugas more than anything, because it's very strategic and deliberate. There's right hand counter for Ugas. But Ugas, being the naturally bigger man, there's Pacquiao pounds away on the right glove of Ugas. Pacquiao unloading. Ugas smiles at him, and then he shook his head as to say, nope, nothing got through. There's a couple counter right hands by Ugas, another counter right hand, but back comes Pacquiao. Pacquiao trying to end with a flurry, and that ends the fifth, much to the delight.
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alaksan FR, Isang Alaksan, Tapos ang Laban, and in part by Salem Bed, Converge.
King's Herbal Plus. Mahalaga pala. Ang King's Herbal ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin paggawa sa lumukunin ng sakit.
Presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alaksan FR, Isang Alaksan, Tapos ang Laban, and in part by Salem Bed, Converge.
King's Herbal Plus. Mahalaga pala. Ang King's Herbal ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin paggawa sa lumukunin ng sakit.
This punch of the round is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink.
And there's that counter right hand for Ugas, right on the jaw of Manny Pacquiao. There's her husband. The welterweight championship of the world on the line right for us here in Las Vegas. Dennis Ugas, the champion, got elevated after the WBA strip Manny Pacquiao of his title, the one that he captured by defeating Keith Thurman back in July of 2019, the last time Pacquiao was in the ring 25 months ago. Jabs landed, Pacquiao 23 of 168 for a 14% connect percentage. Ugas 32 of 111 for a 29% connect percentage. Ugas has not been overwhelmed by the moment. He's settling nicely. He's been very tactical in his offensive approach by using his jab and then letting his counter right hand go and also attacking the body of Pacquiao. Pacquiao has been able to dart in and out and is the one throwing more punches than that of Ugas, but he hasn't landed anything significant to Ugas, which would make Ugas, or which would hurt Ugas or be detrimental to Ugas moving forward in the fight. I think Manny's looking for a big shot to try to affect your Dennis Ugas. Now Pacquiao has a tight guard. He's trying to invite Ugas to him. So I think Pacquiao, he's like, instead of me attacking this guy, let me invite this guy to me and see if I can counter. So the strategies change here in the fight as you're seeing Pacquiao, who's almost inviting Ugas to come forward. And now chance of Let's Go Manny here at T-Mobile Arena. High-level excitement between two elite welterweights. There's a big right hand by Ugas, and you heard that. Ugas got all of that, a lot of leverage behind that shot. Under a minute to go here in the sixth. Big right hand by Ugas. Ugas looks razor sharp tonight. Elbow jab for Ugas. Ugas was a sizable underdog coming into this fight. Manny Pacquiao was over a 3-1 favorite. But Ugas didn't pay attention to the odds, said it doesn't matter. None of that affects me. I know what I'm capable of. Couple lefts by Pacquiao. Final moments of the sixth. Ugas coming forward. He attacks Pacquiao with the counter right hand. And Pacquiao trying to lunge in and get something, and that ends the sixth. We are halfway home.
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alyzza FR, Isang Alyzza, Tapos ang Laban, and in part by Salem Bed and Converge.
This punch of the round is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink.
There's a big right hand by Ugas, and you heard that.
Oye, la gente, acuérdate que esto es patria y vida, ¿sabes? Tiene que demostrarle al mundo que nosotros estamos luchando por ellos que están allá.
Round 7, this one is scheduled for 12. I think we have a close fight between Manny Pacquiao or Dennis Ugas. Total punches landed, thrown through 6. Identical when it comes to landing, but Pacquiao has thrown nearly 200 punches more than that of Ugas. Power punches thrown through the 6-round. Pacquiao 50 of 183 for a 27% connect percentage. Ugas 39 of 63 for a 62% connect percentage. But Pacquiao is nearly tripling his power punch output when it comes to how much he is throwing. Judges, it all depends on what a judge favors. Do you favor the aggression, or do you feel the tactical counter-punching selective mindset? Dennis Ugas forward, throws a combination, but back comes Ugas. What a sensational fight. Pacquiao steps in with a left. Couple lefts that didn't find their mark for Pacquiao, as we are coming up on 90 seconds to go here in the 7th. There's a right to the body, followed by a right upstairs. Ugas doing exactly what Ismael Salas told him. He goes, attack the body, then go upstairs. He did exactly that in that sequence. 70 seconds remaining here in round 7. Ugas advancing forward, but Pacquiao flicking out that jab. He darts in, throws a left, and then gets out of the way. Double jab followed by the right, but Pacquiao blocked most of those shots. Pacquiao is finding his feet more instead of bouncing around as much. He is sitting down in his shots more against the naturally bigger men. I think he realizes he has to do that because the fact that him bouncing in and out and not getting full leverage behind his shots is not going to hurt this guy because of how big he is. There is a massive size difference between these two. If you're Pacquiao, keep the fight in the center of the ring and use it to your advantage. If you're Ugas, I think Ugas is going to have to start to throw a little bit more because Pacquiao, with his volume and work rate, appears to be outworking him. And they end and fight at the battle.
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alaksan FR, Isang Alaksan, Tapos ang Laban, and in part by Salem Bed, Converge.
King's Herbal Flux. Mahalaga pa alala. Ang King's Herbal ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin paggamot sa loob ng sakit.
Lord Life is
Crunch of the Round is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink.
For your Dennis Ugas, that jab has been one of his key weapons here in the fight against Manny Pacquiao. For how Ugas throws. Chicken Stitch Strand, the best cutman in all of boxing. Round 8. This one's scheduled for 12. For the WBA Welterweight Championship of the World, Manny Pacquiao will be 43 in December. Also said after this fight is over, and the jabs landed. Pacquiao 30 of 238 for a 13% connect percentage. Ugas 42 of 158 for a 27% connect percentage. Manny Pacquiao said that he will, after this fight, think about potentially running for president of the Philippines. I think he has to declare before the end of the fall. But right now, he has a big task ahead of him in your Dennis Ugas. There's a big right hand, a glancing shot for Ugas, but he got a lot behind that one. This is Manny Pacquiao, who's trying to adjust, as he is not used to, aside from, I mean, he's dealt with bigger men before, but that was when he was considerably younger. When he beat up Antonio Margarito, but that was a long time ago. We have 95 seconds left here in the 8th. There's a right hand for Ugas. Ugas is a little more aggressive here in the 8th compared to that of previous rounds. He is starting to come forward and now press the issue. And I think Pacquiao is content to counter at the moment. That's that combination go. Big right hand that snapped back the head of Pacquiao. Pacquiao's punches have not stung Ugas to a point. There's a right to the body by Ugas. Ugas is proving beyond the shadow of a doubt that he is an elite welterweight, and he's one of the best here at 147 with what we've seen thus far in the first 8 rounds against Manny Pacquiao. And Ugas taking this fight in 11 days' notice, replacing Errol Spence, who had an eye injury. We wish Errol all the best on a speedy recovery. There's a left hook connecting for Ugas. And Pacquiao looks to get that right back. When Pacquiao gets hit, he immediately goes into combat mode. He gets put with a couple right hands, and Pacquiao pounds his gloves in frustration.
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alyzza FR, Isang Alaksan, Tapos ang Laban, and in part by Salem Bed and Converge.
match of the round is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink.
Here's that big right hand on the top, the left side of the head on the forehead, and here is Jinky's reaction. That's what Ismael Salas told your Dennis Ugas. You translating as well. There's a big right hand to start the round, and I think that they started before the bell sounded. They touched gloves, signed a sportsman between the two. Well, I mentioned at the start of the fight, as you see the total punches landed thrown through the 8th round, Pacquiao 97 of 521 for a 19% connect percentage. Ugas 104 of 279 for a 37% connect percentage. So Ugas, even though he's thrown less, he has landed more punches. We mentioned at the start of the fight, are we going to see the old Manny Pacquiao, or are we going to see an old Manny Pacquiao? I think it is somewhere in the middle. Is he what he once was? No, but he's still an elite welterweight in my estimation. And he's fighting your Dennis Ugas, a man who is fighting, in my opinion, and putting on the performance of his life. But I still think it could be a close fight. Favor from a scoring standpoint. There's a right hand for Ugas. But Ugas is starting to find his groove without question. There's a right hand for Ugas. The defense of Ugas has been superb this evening. And Pacquiao doesn't have as much spring in his legs as he is used to exhibiting over the course of his 25-year career, 26-year career. 70 seconds left here in the ninth. And I don't just attribute that to age, I attribute it to the fact that early in the fight, your Dennis Ugas attacked the body of Pacquiao, really needed a point of emphasis to hammer away upon the left side of the ribcage of Manny Pacquiao and unload those right hands. The jab has been finding its mark for your Dennis Ugas as he backs up Pacquiao with a counter right hand, but Pacquiao unloads at close distance now. Pacquiao, he knows he's in deep waters against a very determined champion from Cuba, your Dennis Ugas. There's a right to the body by Pacquiao, but Pacquiao has faced his fair share of adversity in his career. Make no mistake about that, this is not foreign territory for the 8th Division World Champion, Manny Pacquiao. On to the 10th.
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Gold and brought to you by Alyzza FR, Isang Alaksan, Tapos ang Laban, and in part by Salem Beds. Converge.
King's Herbal Flux. Mga nagpapaalam, ang King's Herbal ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin paggamot sa lumukunin ng sakit.
Lord gave the life.
This punch of the round is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink.
Dame, ponle la toalla.
WBA welterweight champion of the world. As we're scheduled for 12. Power punches thrown through the ninth round. Pacquiao 70 of 260. 27% team, extremely accurate, a 59% connect percentage. There's a chopping right hand by Ugas. And Ismael Salas telling him, I want you to be more aggressive. I think Salas. Pacquiao steps in with a combination, but back comes Ugas. Now they exchange. They're going toe-to-toe here in Las Vegas, and Ugas immediately ties up. Pacquiao loves this kind of style. This frenetic pace is something that he has enjoyed and embraced, and it has endeared him to fans all over the world. And you hear the energy from the fans here at T-Mobile Arena. It woke them up because it was a calculated, deliberate fight, and that burst of energy and exchange from Pacquiao turned back the clock as we saw vintage Pacquiao. 95 seconds left in the 10th. And as we head down the stretch of this championship affair at 42 years of age, how will the legs and the condition of Manny Pacquiao hold up against an extremely focused and determined Dennis Ugas, who is 7 years his junior? There's a counter right hand by Ugas, but Pacquiao stepped in and landed a glancing straight left. 65 seconds left in the 10th. What an excellent prize fight between two men who are extremely focused and have had their moments where they've been having sustained success. Ugas shakes his head as we say, no, I'm good. Pacquiao threw a straight left, and Ugas with a big overhand right. Pacquiao got out of the way of it. Under 30 seconds left here in the 10th. Final 10 seconds of the 10th round. We'll see if Pacquiao tries to get off, but he eats a big right hand from Ugas, but he steps in again, and now Pacquiao can...
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alaksan FR, Isang Alaksan, Tapos ang Laban, and in part by Salem Bed and Converge.
Mortgage Alive.
of the round is brought to you by Cobra Energy Drink.
On the round, and here's that counter right hand. Jab. Followed by the right by Ugas. Bang. Ugas and Manny Pacquiao. High-level prize fighting is what we are witnessing with the welterweight championship of the world on the line between the champion from Cuba, your Dennis Ugas, and Manny Pacquiao, boxing's only 8th division world champion. For Pacquiao, you wonder how much steam he has left, and can he end the fight in spectacular fashion by really unloading combinations and letting his hands go. And for Ugas, he has fought a brilliant fight tactically, using his jab to start off his offense, and then also countering Manny Pacquiao with the right hand, as well as attacking the body early in the fight. For Pacquiao, he's been the one who has been throwing, obviously, considerable more punches. He's been aggressive in spurts. There's a left to the body by Pacquiao, as he landed a big shot to hurt or disrupt the flow of Ugas. Not much.
Kuya!
Pacquiao will be
Nanay,
points in the
namumulak
eyes
si
of the
Kuya
judges
pati yung tahi
based
ko.
on his work rate and his activity level.
Dito
That is
nakikita.
considerably more
Bro.
than that of your Dennis Ugas. Jab by Pacquiao. There's a jab followed by a straight left for Pacquiao, landed right on the chin of Ugas. Big right hand by Ugas, but back comes Pacquiao. Pacquiao loves these toe-to-toe exchanges. The more tactical, plotting sort of fight is something that, I don't know if it was lulling him to sleep or making him think a little bit more, but Pacquiao loves, he has a zest for combat. And when Ugas has been willing to oblige, that's when you see Manny Pacquiao go back and we witness the Pacquiao of the past 5 to 10 years that have been so emblematic over the course of his 25-year-plus career.
Sana lang.
There's a straight left by Pacquiao. There's a right hand on the left ear of Pacquiao. Pacquiao with some swelling underneath his right eye. Ugas has swelling underneath his left thigh, largely in part to those straight lefts from Pacquiao. Final stages of the 11. A riveting matchup. A big right hand for Ugas as we head down the stretch onto the 12th and final round.
Tama na.
This sports special is being presented to you by Tap Go and brought to you by Alyzza FR, Isang Alyzza, tapos ang laban, and in part by Salem Bell, Converge,
King's Herbal Plus. Mahal ka pala. Ang King's Herbal Plus, dapat hindi paggamot sa buhay ng sakit.
Sa iba't ibang
Ayan na.
of the Round is brought to you by Cola Energy Drink.
Jab by Pacquiao, popping the jab, double jab, and then that straight left followed by the right.
Isa na lang. Huwag mo, magbigay ang araw. Vincent! Vincent! Huwag mo, magbigay ang araw.
And if you notice, Pacquiao was breathing extremely heavy
Ano daw?
in between rounds.
Huwag mo ibigay yung araw. Araw ng Pilipinas yung araw.
Could this
Ikaw,
be
wait lang doon.
the final round in the career of Manny Pacquiao?
Patatalo.
And with the result being the balance total punches that thrown through the 11th, Pacquiao 123 of 737 for a 17% command percentage. Ugas 140 of 380 for a 37% percentage. He punched thrown
123 sa, 123, 140.
but Ugas has been the far more accurate of the two. There's a right hand by Ugas that caught the attention of Pacquiao. Pacquiao might
Mayabang
have
kasi
knocked
kayo si
down, but he
Pacquiao, kaya
smiles.
matatalo na yan.
Pacquiao looking to retaliate and respond.
Masyadong mataas ang pangarap niya.
There's a right hand by Ugas.
Gusto ko mag-presidente. Presidente, wala naman siya alam kung pinagtinda ng pandesal.
There is
Dati nagtitinda
nervous
tayo ng
energy
pandesal.
here at T-Mobile
Ngayon,
Arena
yaman-yaman
because
na
this
niya.
is
Oo, hindi.
Morrison Manny
Yung dati yan,
Pacquiao.
una, na-discover siya, nagtitinda lang siya ng
There's a
pandesal.
big right hand by Ugas as he stepped in
Hindi,
beautifully.
nagtitinda ng pandesal.
A lot of leverage behind it.
Eh, ngayon eh.
90 seconds left in the fight.
Eh, ngayon eh, kung nasa pangarap, gusto maging presidente. Ano naman
There's a
siya?
right hand by Ugas. And now they both tie up. Ugas wants to immediately wrap up with Pacquiao.
Ano naman
Pacquiao's
siya?
face
Huwag mo
bruised
ibigay
up.
ang araw! Listen! Huwag mo
But he,
ibigay
in
ang araw!
choices, he just pounded his gloves, and we know that that is a statement that he's trying to exert and give his all in these final moments of his welterweight championship affair against Dennis Ugas. Big right hand by Ugas. Ugas is zeroing in on Pacquiao. What a talk! That wobbled Pacquiao, but Pacquiao ate it.
Mataas ang puntos dito sa
Ugas is trying to leave no doubt in the eyes of the judges here in this 12th final round, and now the fans start to chant Manny.
62, 26.
Blood outside of the left thigh of Manny Pacquiao, and it's starting to trickle. There's a right to the body by Ugas, but Pacquiao responds with the counter left. Pacquiao is now seeking out and trying to find Dennis Ugas. A cut underneath the right eye of Pacquiao.
Puting na lang.
What a
Puting
moment
na lang.
between Manny Pacquiao and Dennis Ugas. Both men fighting at such a high level. A right hand by Ugas. Ugas fought the fight of his life. Manny Pacquiao still Manny Pacquiao.
Tapos na ang oras.
What a fight here in Las Vegas. Ugas feels like destiny is within his grasp.
Puro
Pacquiao
sugat na si Pacquiao sa mukha.
feels as if victory should be his. Cheeky Pacquiao, nervous indeed.
Naraan sa puntos na sila mataas.
There is the girlfriend of Dennis
Nanalo
Ugas.
ata Amerika.
What a fight.
Mga Amerikano nakatawa. Nagasugat na si Manny Pacquiao. Nakatawa mga Amerikana. Nakatawa baka nanalo sila.
Punch of the Round is brought to you by
May pasabi
Cola Energy Drink.
meron ko sa isip. Bumubuna yung ngipin ni Manny Pacquiao eh.
Manny Pacquiao and Dennis Ugas. As we now send it to the ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr. Will Pacquiao recapture his world title, or Dennis Ugas gets the result that he wants?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. The judges are in agreement. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the scorecards. At the ringside, Patricia Morse Jarman scores about 115 to 113. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Dave Moretti both scored the bout 116 to 112. All three in favor of the winner. Gets the upset victory over Manny Pacquiao as he hands Pacquiao the 8th professional loss. What a monumental moment for your Dennis Ugas as he shocks the world and decisions Manny Pacquiao here in Las Vegas. And this crowd is absolutely stunned. I'm ready for us.
Las Vegas. Yung kanilang kwan. 114, 150%.
So earlier tonight, you saw Carlos Castro get the victory. And also tonight, it was Juan Manzayo pointing away Julio Seijao in spectacular This is Victor Ortiz. And in the main event of the evening, the final time that we have seen him inside a boxing ring, on the 35-year-old Cuban bronze medalist, the champion, your Dennis Ugas, gets the win of his life by upsetting the great Manny Pacquiao. If this is Pacquiao's final fight, thank you, Manny, for the memories. Thank you for everything you've done for the sport of boxing. Tonight, your Dennis Ugas upsets the great Manny Pacquiao to retain his welterweight championship of the world. So long from Las Vegas. Thank you for joining us on this historic night of boxing.
This sports special was presented to you by TAPCO and brought to you by Alyzza FR. Isang alaksan, tapos ang laban.
Nagtitinda lang siya ng
And in
tinapay
part
niya.
by Salem Bed.
Naging senador na nga si gusto niya magpresidente.
King's Herbal Plus.
Makalabanin niya si Duterte?
Hindi, wala namang masama kung marunong. Kasi bobo nga yan eh. Nagtitinda nga lang ng pagdasal eh.
I rated PG.
Tapos